Back in the olden days, before scientists figured out the true truth, people believed that catastrophic events had remodeled the Earth's surface. Noah's flood, for example, left those seashells on top of the mountaintop. A grouchy God intervened miraculously in nature, and you'd better shape up or you won't ship out with Noah the next time. After scientists figured out the true truth, people believed that rain and wind did the remodeling gradually over millions of years. But then the Alvarez asteroid impacted people's awareness, and catastrophic events crept back into the uniformist narrative. Now, a new catastrophism is for sale, and it's not your grandfather's catastrophism. It insists that the old stories about grouchy gods, which are pretty much the same all around the world, are eyewitness accounts of natural events told in an imaginative rather than a scientific lexicon. The divinity part is an imaginative touch by the human tendency to anthropomorphize an uncaring nature. If we pretend to humanize physical agencies, perhaps they will be persuaded by our entreaties. The catastrophism part, calling it catastrophism, is a sop to historical usage. As natural events, the catastrophic episodes are merely a bit more energetic than the run-of-the-mill events that we experience today. A rule of thumb in the uniformly gradual true truth is that the present is the key to the past. But what goes into the box of the present? If it's only my previous 20 years of experience living on my island in Puget Sound, I can't explain deserts. If I include everyone's experiences around the globe, the 20-year cutoff seems unduly arbitrary. Shall I include everything back to 687 BC? That's the time beyond which Ptolemy said that eclipse retrocalculations didn't work. That also seems arbitrary, but beyond that date, I must include grandfather's catastrophism stories. And why should I limit the present to the Earth? Why should I limit it to the mechanical processes of erosion, basically water and wind, that scientists in pre-plasma days were aware of? Space-age scrutiny of the planets has discovered electrical discharge scars on them, big ones. That scrutiny has discovered the currents and circuits in space that could have caused those scars if a surge in the current led to a breakdown. Scrutiny of the galaxy has discovered likely occurrences of just such breakdowns, exploding stars and jetted stars, and a high-energy electrical goings-on around stars. Now, the present has a source of energy that's a bit more energetic, quite a bit more. It has mechanisms, plasma discharges, that can produce the effects reported in grandfather's stories, sans grouchy gods, and it's long enough to include the stories. Plasma catastrophism, distinguished from divine catastrophism, provides an explanation of events from Hubble telescope reports to ancestral reports that is entirely natural. It accommodates not only what the uniformist true truth can explain, but also the many anomalies and the evidence that the true truth swept under the carpet. From a natural point of view, the events that humans called catastrophic were only a spark from a planetary finger to a doorknob. It may have excavated 4 or 5 miles of lithosphere from the entire northern hemisphere of Mars. It may have dumped it like a bucket full of soupy concrete on Earth. It may have killed off 98% of the human species. But count your blessings, previous sparks eliminated the mammoths and the dinosaurs and the trilobites. Plasma catastrophism events can inspire awe and terror in those impressionable human creatures, but nature sees such events as mere increments in the order of magnitude. Our grandfathers were terrorized by high-energy transient events. Subsequent generations believed their stories about angry gods overturning the order of heaven and earth. In recent centuries, many people have reversed the habit. They've disbelieved the stories of angry gods, and they've denied the reported events as well. Today, the possibility of plasma mechanisms to explain transient high-energy events breaches the wall of our awareness, and we can distinguish natural event from imagined divine cause. The new catastrophism is a natural scientific theory. Now, I'm not proclaiming a new, truer truth. I'm only recognizing that I truly know nothing, and therefore I can imagine much.
That's great.